Let it be known. Welcome back to the Baller of Fire channel, and today we're talking about the statement made by the Super League Basketball Organisation. If you don't know, basically the league has a dispute with the governing body of basketball, the British Basketball Federation, BBF for short, that the BBF went against their agreed term deal, which was awarded to the Super League Basketball Organisation for a 3-year term. At that point, when the term has ended, the license will be open to new investors and buyers. However, the BBF didn't go along with their own terms, as they handed the license over to new investor before the end of the agreed 3-year term. This sent shockwaves as the SLB just started their inaugural season and at the closing chapter of the 777 era. The SLB disputed heavily with the decision made, and rightfully so, as it wasn't agreed upon. The BBF made statements that it was always open and is at the fault of the Super League Basketball Organisation of being misled. This didn't sit well with the SLB, who brought up evidence and warned the BBF that they would be taking legal action against them. Even though they made that statement, there was no date or court hearing, but at this time the BBFA, the British Basketball Fans Association, who were unimpressed with the lack of transparency, had asked questions to the British basketball world. But what really tipped the edge was the fact that the club, Manchester Basketball Club, wasn't allowed to join a FIBA-backed league, the Basketball Champions League, or the BCL for short. That was the last straw, and a court hearing was issued by the SLB. On July the 8th, Super League Basketball issued an article on their website, and the article reads, "To our clubs, players, fans, and the wider British basketball community, we want to take the moment to speak to you directly to you. We know you have seen press briefings, and we want to address the rumours that are circulating and to ensure that you have the truth directly from us, so you don't feel like we're keeping you in the dark. Below are documents that outline the legal position we have been forced to take. We want to be transparent about why this step has been necessary and exactly what has led us here. We have not taken legal action lightly. In fact, it's the absolute last thing we wanted, and we have tried so hard over the last few months to avoid it. But when your very right to exist is threatened, when fair process is abandoned, when doors are deliberately closed to you, and when clubs, players, fans, staff, officials and volunteers are collateral damage in a power struggle, at some point you have to stand up. This latest situation isn't isolated to the SLB and its club. It's indicative of the very problem with basketball in this country. If you ever found yourself wondering why our sport struggles to progress, or why some people get opportunities but others don't, it's this. Time and time again, we are the subject to decisions made by people who don't either have any connection with the sport or are only interested in what the sport can do for them. Our sport shouldn't be determined by opaque and unlawful deals, but by transparency, fair competition and merit. We are fighting for the SLB and our right to exist, for a league that, while admittedly still working on itself, honestly sets out every day to put clubs and people, communities first. We are refusing to be bullied out of existence. I hope whether you agree with us or not, you understand why we had to take this step. We invite you to read the document linked below, which outline the facts and the legal context behind our decision. We thank you for your continued support and belief in what this league can be, the SLB. What the SLB showed is that it's way bigger than them and they are going to fight. They also address the fans about where they stand and the current situation. From what I understand, that the British Basketball League folded due to similar circumstances. The BBF have given a license to an operator that only has a conceptualized league. Now, they don't have any teams, even though they have been reached out to. There isn't much dialogue around them joining the GBBL. They don't have any arenas, meaning that rent and events costs will have to be brought in every team's budget for the annual season. But most importantly, they don't have fans and aren't interested in making any either. It's coming at the most pivotal moment in British basketball history. We have more teams than ever owning their own arenas and plenty more being built. Many teams show stability in spending and cost for their organisation. We have many teams also entered international competition and attracted investors the world over. Who would have thought that the British basketball governing body, the BBF, stands in the way? Just my rant on the whole GBBL situation. It's shocking times indeed. But until next time, guys, peace.